What's up everybody, Mr. Hem here, and I'm starting a new series on game development where I'm going to make an Asteroids game. It's going to be in VB.NET and it's going to be using our Game 2D framework basic. So basically what we've made in our previous video series. Alright, so let's have a look at inheritance before I kind of move on. I just want to make sure you understand what this concept is. Inheritance: a child class inherits attributes and methods from a base class, which is the parent class. So think of it as you get the DNA, you get certain attributes from your parents, and your parents is you could call it the base class. And we're going to use this concept when we're programming, because there's a lot of attributes and things that a lot of game objects share, and you don't want to keep putting them in all the time. You want to kind of make it once, in a sense, and then only add or change certain things depending on the different game objects. Alright, so to better explain this, let's have a look at the Asteroid games and the game objects required in Asteroid game. So the three game objects is the spaceship, the asteroid, and projectiles. So the spaceship would be shooting projectiles. And I guess the question I'm asking is, what do these things have in common? Well, these things have some kind of coordinate. They are positioned somewhere on the canvas, in the window. They all have some kind of size. They're all moving at a particular speed. I want them all to have color in my game. Different colors as well. They all need to be destroyed at some point. So I need some kind of flag to flag that they need to be destroyed, and we need to get rid of them. And they all have methods related to the load, the update, and the draw. Albeit they'll be updating and behaving differently and drawing different things and loading different things, but they all have at least these three methods. Now, there are things that they don't have in common. Like the spaceship can shoot, but the asteroids cannot. The ship and asteroid have, they can fold around the edges of the screen, but the projectiles cannot. Just to explain to you what I mean, let me run the game that we're going to build. So you notice I can fold around. See how I can fold around? So that's what I mean. The asteroids and the ship will be able to do that, but I'm not going to let the bullets fold around. They're just going to disappear at the edge of the screen. All right, so here's an inheritance kind of map that I'm planning. So what I want to do is I want to create a base game object, just a game object that's going to be my base. That's going to be the parent. And this thing is going to be the blueprint that all of these other items, all these other objects are going to inherit from. Inherit from. So it's going to inherit this stuff. Now you notice here, spaceship has all of these things that the game object has. Asteroids has all the things that the game object has. And this should be projectile, sorry. Just change that. Projectile. And just make that go a bit up. Right? But you notice that the spaceship has more things. Has more things it can do. It can shoot, it can thrust, it can turn left, turn right. It has an angle. I want to give it an angle. I want to turn these things based on an angle. Projectile as well. I want to give it an angle so that it can shoot at particular angles that the spaceship is at. But the asteroid, on the other hand, I don't need any angle. I don't need any thrust. I don't need any left or right turn. Don't need it for the projectile either. And you notice I made these part blue. I'm basically trying to say that even though it inherits from the game object, all of these things are behaving differently for different objects. So I would have to replace whatever I write here, I'd have to replace it here and here because they're behaving differently. The methods, they're not the same. So that's pretty much what inheritance is. And we're going to do this in Visual Basic. I'll do that in the next video, so I'll see you there.